Hey Dodgelin. Today's video is a very special video, and I want to talk about someone that really made a big impact in my life, and it was an artist, and his name was Mark Kistler. And maybe your parents remember, I'm not sure, but he used to have a TV show all about drawing. And this is a picture of him back in the 90s. And look at that cool jacket that he had. And he would show kids how to draw. And now, this is what he looks like now, and he still does it. But what's cool about his drawings is it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna draw this eagle and it looks like an eagle. Or this looks like a horse, looks like a horse. He would draw crazy stuff, really creative. And it would just be very different. Sometimes it was like robots or buildings, almost like Dr. Seuss style. And he just did shapes and characters and creatures that like weren't even really alive or real, but he just drew and let his imagination kind of take over. This is what he looks like now, and he still does drawings. And so I want to do a video in honor of Mark Kistler because I used to watch him all the time as a kid, and it was so awesome. And one of my favorite episodes was he did a robot in space. And it also talks about like shapes and 3D, how to draw in 3D. And so this is for him, because he's one of the good guys. So, let's do it. So today for Mark Kistler drawing, he did this cool thing with points to help with 3D. He did a cube, and that's gonna be the robot's head. So what I want you to do is to draw 2 dots, and then put your finger in the middle of it and do a dot on top and bottom of that. That was something that Mark Kistler always did. And you connect those. This is going to be the top of our cube, which is going to be the robot's head. Then from these 3 points, this one is going to go lowest, and these 2 are going to be equal. This might remind you of Minecraft or like a creeper or the head of that shape. But he would always do that as his way to start with 3D shapes and cubes. And this is the robot head. The eyes would be 2 ovals. And then he would add an extra line to help it look like it's coming out, like it's a little bit more 3D. Here's the robot's mouth. This episode is still online. You can probably find it. But I'm just changing it a little bit towards the end because that's what he always wanted kids to do, to add your own details and make it your own drawing, which was why I loved his show. His body now, we are going to do kind of the same thing, but we're going to do this a little bit off center here. This line is going to be the longest. Then you're going to have 2 lines next to it, but they're going to be shorter than the middle line. Once you get down there, then connect them. This is going to be the body. See how it makes kind of the shape? You can go around this, right? Since this is a robot, let's put some buttons on him. And Mark Kistler would just like sit and add so many crazy details to his drawings, and he just kind of let it flow, like let it come out from his imagination. That's why it's called Imagination Station. For this robot, we're going to have 1 arm coming out, a simple rectangle, and we're going to add another line really close and connect it to help it give it look more 3D. And for his hand, just a few rectangles. Now, this arm is going to be down, and we're going to do it same as his body, but smaller. We're also going to do the top, like that. So, same way, 2 dots. Put your finger in the middle, put a dot in the top, dot in the bottom, connect them. This is going to be his part of his arm. Remember, you can always pause the video I'm going too fast. I'm going kind of quick because gotta get this under 8 minutes. That's his arm's gonna be down on his side. Okay. Now, for this robot, he's gonna be blasting in space. He doesn't have legs. He just has a big, basically, about like a bomb of a rocket. And this one is going to be round. So start with 2 lines like this, and make a contour line. This is like the shape of it. Make it just a little bit darker. On the bottom, make it round, because it's like a tube. Make some more lines on this tube. Because this is going to be where the rocket gets propelled. Make all the kind of wiggly lines to make look like fire and smoke. Because he's blasting off high into space. Mark Kistler always did outer space things. Is what I really love about his drawings. And just like from another world. Now, around this robot, we're going to... actually, before we do around it, let's do his little... I forgot. We're going to be doing a little antenna. Beep, 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 beep. 2 lines. And this is a little sensor. There's a little shiny part on top. And this helps the robot sense what's going on. And this we're just going to flatten this here and make a little loop around it. There's a robot sensor. Around the outside, we're going to add stars and planets. Here's Saturn. And more stars down here. You can even add rockets or more aliens. We're going to do the moon this side. And he always encouraged you to keep adding, building and building and building. He even had something called a 99 challenge, where he would challenge you to draw 99 details in one drawing and then send them to him. I thought that was so cool. Just really miss his show. Still remember it many years later. There's so many things you could add to this. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to leave my robot like this. But I would really like you to try this and change it, make it your own. I really hope you enjoyed this. Kind of special for me, and I hope you liked it. And let's bring in Mr. Main quick. That's a tradition. And I will see you on the next video.